This is a tutorial of how to make a no stretch strap. I did this once a few years ago, and I'm making another one now to go with this phone holder slash wristlet. I need to weave this end in, and I'm going to do it in 2 colors. I think that'll make it easier for you to see what's going on with the strap. Plus I need to refilm some of my older videos now that I have a better setup. So for this style of strap, this is no stretch. You will need to chain the total length of what you want your bag to be. So you're not just going to work a few short stitches back and forth, you know, this way until you get it to the length you want. You need to already know how long you want your strap. And my wristlet, I've already determined, will be 11 inches for the way that I'm using it. And this, because it won't have much stretch, you'll have to rely on a really good measurement. And how I measured, I put the yarn around my wrist to kind of feel what's long enough comfortably, and also allowed room to go through this, because to secure it, the strap will come through here, pull back up, and go onto the wrist to prevent the contents, in this case the phone, maybe your keys, a couple of cards, from falling out. Right, so I'm going to start, I'm using a 4mm hook to keep this category 4 yarn nice and tight, and I will chain enough single crochet to total my 11-inch predetermined measurement. This is just 3 rows after the starting chain, so it'll go pretty quickly. And any amount, it's all, it's not a pattern that needs a specific, you know, odd or even number stitch, just however long you would like your strap. All right, so now that I've chained, I'm just going to double check that it's how I want it. Plus, any pinch, I need room to attach it. Plus, go through my loop. That looks good. All right, now I'm going to bring up my second color. My original one is all in hot pink. It's 1 color. You don't have to use 2 colors. Just doing this for effect. Pull that out. Come in here. I'm just going to cut this. Connect my yarn. I'm not going to use a slip knot. I don't want all that bulk. Chain 1 there. And then now I'm going to half double crochet across. Just into that top part of the stitch, not the back bump, the top. I'm using cotton yarn that doesn't stretch. Half double crochet down to the end. All right, to finish this row, and cut my yarn and bring the black yarn back up. Turn. Now for this row, we did half double crochet on that first row. Oops, it's a little loose. Let's see. I'm going to tie it. first stitch. So the last row was half double crochet. Now we're going to double crochet and spike this stitch so that it wraps. So wrapping, I have a whole list of what makes, here I'm chaining two, what makes a stitch non-stretchy. One of them is go smaller in your hook, but also wrapping stitches. So what that does is supports the stitch below, kind of holds it in place like a, you know, like a brassiere. It gives it support so it's not as likely to move around. So it's saying to go, and it says to go down under and in between the stitches from the row below. So let's look at where we're at. We're basically splitting the stitches. You can see it. Let me get my little marker. So by going under the stitch, that's going to give it support like a bra would. And then these two stitches go in between them. That's under the stitch even further. That's going to add texture as well. These small hooks come in handy for this. So let me go in. This is my absolute favorite hook. The Timo Red, the head, oh, it's wonderful. And then work a double crochet. Yarn over, again, find that V down here. Kind of split open that stitch. Make sure. Now I think I went under it. Let me see. There we go. Up and work the double crochet. Over again, just kind of scoop in there, pull them apart, and push through. It gives a kind of a spine texture. Let me do a few more and you can see it. I might put a picture of the pink bag. You can see the spine texture there as well. So the wrapping this stitch really gives it a nice, can you kind of start to see how it's got this bump, this ridge developing? I like how it looks. Right, again. We just have to do a few of these. These are fiddly a little bit, but once it's done, it's done. And you have a nice no stretch strap that looks really cool. Yarn over, split that stitch open. Pull the right side of it out of the way. Nope. I don't think that split it, did anything. No. Definitely can see the ridge now developing. And this is the front side. This is a marbly kind of a yarn, and it gives the optical illusion that it's shimmering, but it's not. I like this color. Okay, go in again. When you're doing this with a larger hook, it's much easier, but a larger hook also means it's going to start drooping all over the place. I think the 4mm, it's small, but it's not too small. In fact, you may find for this row, just so that you can dig into those stitches, you want to go down to a 3.5. But I'm not going to. Or 3, whatever you have. You can be a trooper like me. Power through with the 4. It's really not that bad with a good hook. Now my other hook that I made the body of the little pouch with, it's also a Timo, but it's not the red, and it has a different type of a head, and it just does not power through stitches like the red one does. I've used many kind of hooks, and this is my favorite. The tip, this is sharp enough, the head is pointy enough, and the metal is unbelievable. It's just so buttery smooth. These are the other Timo. If you look, the heads are just a little bit different. This one's a little more tapered, and this is certainly a lovely hook. Nice metal, all of that, but this, there's just some kind of coating on it. I don't know what it is. It's like magic. All right, so I'm gonna finish these and come back and show you the final finishing row. And I got a smaller hook out just to show you the difference when you work with going down quite a bit. This is a 3.25, which is, or I was, and I will go back to be using the 4mm. Now look, I go in, here's my stitch, it just goes right through, come up, pull loose, just don't want to lose that gauge. See, it goes a lot quicker. So if you're getting really frustrated with trying to go in between these stitches that are already a little bit tight, go down if you have smaller hooks and work it that way. This is supposed to be fun, right? I don't want to be frustrating ourselves. Okay, so just like this. This feels better too. It has a nicer, something about the handle, same thickness. It's, I don't know, this is some kind of, I don't know, whoever made this, kind of genius. All right, almost done. I finished my row. I'm going to chain 1, and then to finish this, keeping up with the whole no stretch theme. I have a talkative cat who just woke up. I'll have to go give him some love. They're pretty. Now you see the spine. Let me hold it this way so you can see this direction. The spine going on there. So turn, and then just slip stitch across the row. And of course, slip stitches are not stretchy. And then it's done. You can attach it to whatever it is you're making. Yes, kitty. What's my call to go pick him up? Do you have needy cats? Although I don't like to say needy, I like to say they like their humans and want to interact. I have ragdolls, and they are extremely social, at least with me. Let's see, I think I split my yarn. I really enjoy cotton yarn, but it can split. Okay, so that is the tutorial for this version of a no stretch strap. All right, once you finish all your stitches, let's look at these ends. Okay, this is the kind of busy end with the ends. I'm going to knot the black with the black securely. So we're going to stitch this onto the wristlet.